We continue our knowledge sharing mission by interviewing marketing leaders from across the world, and we are so happy to have Niki here with us today. Hi, Niki.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about Contentsquare and what your role is there?
So Contentsquare is a digital experience analytics platform. It was founded in 2012 out of Europe. Amazing solution. Any company that conducts business digitally needs a solution like Contentsquare. So it's literally, since this pandemic, every company. And my role is Chief Marketing Officer.
What motivated you to work at Contentsquare, and what was the biggest challenge when you first started?
What motivated me the most was the product. When I met with the CEO and he demoed the product, that was in the very first meeting, I said, wow, I have to work for this company. I want to learn more about the company because I want to make sure I'm not being sold and it truly is what they say it is. And as I interviewed with the CRO, the CEO, Chief Product Officer, all the different interviews, there was the common theme and trend that our solution truly solves the customer pain points today. And it enables businesses to truly understand their customer. I've always been driven by a customer first mindset, always. And so it's been ingrained with me. And so when I saw the solution, it's all in action, I said, wow, I want to join this company and help let the world know all about it.
How are you currently organizing events? Are you organizing them online or in person?
Events, right now it's online. We are thinking about going back to in-person events in the fall, like a lot of companies. But what we did was immediately look at the data to inform what our customers need. And we started pulling together thought leadership roundtables via customer voice. Now, we're so lucky to have so many wonderful customers from Sephora, Walmart, Disney, North Face, you name it. Like I mentioned, any company that's been digitally transformed, they need a solution like ours. So what we try to do is pull them together to ideation roundtable topics and share ideas, best practices, tips and tricks. And it seems to work. If you help them succeed, they become more loyal to your brand and they each share kind of the art of the possible, how they're using this solution. So it was in person. And because of the pandemic, like every other company, we had to pivot online and it's been working well.
Let's talk a little bit about the effects of the last year. What do you think has changed about consumer behavior and how have marketers reacted?
We actually have a benchmark report and we measure consumer behavior. Our solution, because the way it works, it looks at every mouse move, engagement, hover, you name it. We have trillions of data points about how people behave. And so we did this benchmark study. And what we found is year over year, a 16% increase in engaging via smartphones. I wouldn't have imagined that. I would have thought, oh, people are home, they have their laptop, they're going to work like this. But no, actually people are engaging via their smartphone, 16%. But the interesting year over year increase. But the interesting thing is when they engage, the average time on the page across all industries, so industry agnostic, doesn't matter, is only 54 seconds. So what we've seen is consumers are engaging via their mobile device. They're only staying on the page for, roughly 54 seconds. So you need to have the right content to engage them at the right time. And you need to understand your customer, right? If you have the right content to engage them, it's all about the understanding of the customer. So even with the pandemic, we saw with luxury, beauty, and apparel industries, they seem to be spending big on user acquisition. We saw 32% of the luxury industry's traffic come from paid ads, while beauty and apparel brought in 26% and 24% of visitors for their digital spend, respectively, now on average. We also saw 20% of traffic is driven through ads, less than 35% we measured the previous year. So that's an interesting stat as well.
For next generation marketing leaders, what's your advice on how to lead and succeed?
Always start with the vision. Vision is super critical. And what that means is understanding what success looks like 2 to 3 years out. And if you start with that and you align it to the business priorities, you will never go wrong. The vision, and then make sure you have a strategy to achieve the vision, 3 to 5 pronged approach. Make sure it's super kind of measurable. And then you measure over time. So I would say my biggest piece of advice for marketers of today and tomorrow, always start with the vision, make sure you have a strategy to achieve your vision, and then how you're going to execute it over time and measure it.
I think that brings us to a close. Thank you so much, Niki. I really look forward to our next chat.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.